So, just got out of therapy, and my next session is actually going to be next week because she's not booked to the gills. So, yay for seeing Laura. But today was a pretty heavy session because, ironically, one of my weird triggers is when things are going good. I'm always afraid that something bad is going to happen and that things going good is going to make it happen. So, Laura gave me these 4 questions to ask myself, and I think it was Katie Byron who wrote these questions to ask yourself. And, God, my hair's greasy. I'm going to take a shower later, but ugh. But the questions that I am supposed to ask to challenge, a belief that may not be helping me is this true? And can you absolutely know this is true? And how to react when you believe this is true? And who would you be without this thought? So, who would I be if I just let go and enjoyed a moment instead of sitting there asking myself, what's going to go wrong? Because what's going to go wrong in the next 2 days because I had fun here? And nothing is going to go wrong because I had fun. It's going to go wrong because it's going to go wrong. And me having fun has nothing to do with it. So who would I be? First of all, how do I react when I have that thought? It feels like shit. And so who would I be without that thought? I would be having a lot more fun, and I would be a lot more relaxed, I think. So, you see the process of how that works is questioning yourself when you're having beliefs that may have been planted in you from infancy. I mean, I am working on programming that has been planted in me by both my parents since I was a little kid, since I can remember. So that's 45 years of work. But Laura thinks I can handle it. So, and she believes in me, so I'm believing in me. And it was a really productive session and very tiring because it was so much work. And I still got to eat lunch. And my fingers are going to smell like mustard. But anyway, but it's just, when you're having a lot of negative thoughts, ask yourself questions about why. What makes this true? What makes this false? What makes Sleepy Godzilla fall off my leg? No, that's not a question. That's not one of them. No, it's because my leggings are slippery. He's just being shy. But anyway, challenge your thoughts. When you're having negative trauma thoughts, challenge them. Treat it like you're standing up to a bully. Stand up to your own inner bully. And that is hard to do. But, I've got this whole anti-bullying thing. The affirmations for bullying victims and all these things. So that includes standing up to your own inner bully. You got to stand up to your own inner bully too. You can't bully yourself into being a better person. You just can't. But, treat them with love, but stand up to them and tell them, I'm not going to tolerate this anymore. And then work towards not tolerating that kind of behavior within your own head. And don't do it by being mean to yourself. Be kind to yourself. No, this isn't true. I wasn't there. How could I have caused anything to go wrong? It's just bad luck. Bad luck happens. Shit happens. So that wasn't my fault. I don't need to own anything about that. It just happened. So can we drop it now? And you're not going to drop it in a day. Rome wasn't built in a day. And Godzilla may be able to destroy Rome in a day, but we are humans and we are not fictional characters like Godzilla. And it takes work to weaken those old neurons that have been laid down for years and years and years. So it's a conscious effort. It is really a conscious effort. It is hard work. It is so hard. Recovery sucks in that sense that it's hard work. And meanwhile, the people that hurt you just get to keep walking through life being complete douche canoes. But you, by working to better yourself, are already better than them. Yeah, that's true. When you better yourself, you're already above the people that continue to do things that make life worse for others. Because you've only got your own self. You might as well be someone you like, right? Don't be your own enemy. Don't do their work for them. Okay, love yourself, be kind to yourself. And it's hard work when you've been taught to hate yourself, but still, it's worth it. Okay? And now, before I go, I want to show you something. Because I know you see this pink thing here. And I'm going to put my guys aside so they don't go falling everywhere. And I'm going to put Minus aside so I don't stab my boob on him. Because that hurts. You may not notice it, but I do have boobs and they hurt. So, this is a shawl. And I'm not sure what kind of stitch it is, but it's crocheted. And a lady in my choir named Debbie, she's in the alto section, she made this for me. And she gave it to me last Thursday. And there was a card in it that I don't have it, but I remember what it said, more or less. And I'm probably going to get emotional when I recite it. But her card said, I know that things have been really, really hard for you. And I know that you've been struggling. And I want you to know that every single stitch in this shawl that I made for you is a prayer for things to get better for you and for you to grow stronger. And anytime you put this shawl on, I want you to feel everybody in the choir embrace you because we all love you. And this is a hug from all of us. And she made this, she crocheted this with her 2 hands for me. She didn't know pink was my favorite color, but when I told her, she was tickled. So, it's really soft. It's acrylic yarn. It's very soft. It's very warm. I have put it on a few times. I wore it this recent Sunday when we were singing in German. But this is such a strong reminder that people really, really, really do care. And that they see my pain and that they're acknowledging the struggle that I'm going through. That really, really means a lot. So, Debbie, thank you. And everybody else out there, make yourself a place you want to live. You got to make yourself somewhere that you want to live, because if you're mean to yourself, it's just going to be kind of a domestic violence situation in your own head, and you don't want that. Love yourself and stand up to that inner bully. It's hard work, but you can do it. I love you. I love you. I love you. You. Yes, you. You. Even you out there that thinks that doesn't apply to you. Yes, it does. I love you. Even if you're someone that's made me mad, I love you.